Hey, YGBC. Welcome. I say welcome back, actually. Welcome to 2018. Welcome to the new year. Excited to share with you guys what's going to be happening this Sunday. Some great stuff. Just wanted to take a moment to wear my Penn State hat here and my Penn State colors and just reflect on the win they had in their bowl game. In fact, 7 of the 8 Big Ten teams won. Michigan's the only team that didn't win. I was thinking maybe we can kick them out of the Big Ten. All in favor, just comment below. We'll deal with that. I'll talk to the Big Ten president. I'm sure it'll happen. Hey, this Sunday we're going to be doing something special. This Sunday we're going to be having communion, and we want to tie it with our Sunday morning service so that a lot of people can be a part of it. We recognize that some people aren't able to come back at 5 o'clock, schedules block it, or maybe you just haven't had the interest to do it. We would really like to encourage you to come and to join us Sunday morning. We're going to be teaching all about communion, and then we're going to shorten our service so that we can actually go through the elements of communion. That's the love feast, the foot washing, and the bread and the cup. I want to take just 2 more minutes real quick and to talk about communion, and I encourage you to watch this through because if you've never been a part of a threefold communion before, let me set it up in this way. Jesus was eating a meal with his disciples in the upper room. Jesus wasn't at a church service. He wasn't in a public place. It wasn't at a worship service, but it was in an upper room in a meal context with relationship with people that he knew. He was doing something common with his disciples, but then he did something uncommon. Something shocking, something strange. He got up and he washed his disciples' feet. Now, in the Bible times, they would ceremonially wash people, like a priest before becoming a priest would have to be ordained and take a bath. Interesting, but true. And then also priests would wash their hands and their feet before they would come into the presence of the God. So Peter, when he said, Lord, give me a bath, he was probably talking about a ceremonial washing, not just a real physical bath, but one that we take each day, but a ceremonial washing is what he was referring to. So Jesus washes his disciples' feet and he says, listen, I'm showing you something. I'm showing you something that matters. And it wasn't just the idea of servanthood, but it was the idea of daily needing forgiveness of sin, to clean our lives up and to live differently and to recognize that we should be careful in how we walk and careful in how we live. The bread and the cup represent this. The meal was provided a transitional symbol in memory of the last meal eaten with an esteemed friend and in anticipation of in the future, which he was going to eat another meal with his people. Think about John 14. Jesus said, I'm going to prepare a place for you, and when it's done, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get you. When Jesus comes to get his church, we're going to go to heaven, and it's going to be a party. It's going to be a marriage feast happening in heaven, and that's what we get to look forward to with this meal. The bread and cup had significance meaning. It was a way to identify with Christ and our salvation, for us to stop and reflect about what Jesus did on the cross. Listen, the bread and the cup wasn't something that was to be given to by a recognized clergyman and giving an element of grace, but rather a way to remember what Jesus did on the cross and to remember how we're supposed to live and what we're called to do. So these things, as we think about communion, they matter. They're important. We believe that all 3 parts are what Jesus laid out in the Word of God, and as we look at the Bible, that's why we do what we do. I encourage you to come, to watch, to partake, to be a part of this, to remember. I don't know about you, but I need to remember. I need to remember. I need to refocus. I need to go through a physical action so I can remember the spiritual truth that happens with it. And so I encourage you to be a part of this with us on Sunday. Sign up at the Facebook page. Sarah Heckert created an event that you can sign up for. Let us know you're coming. We'll have the food. We'll provide the childcare. We want to provide you a way to come and be a part of something maybe you've never done before. Come for the first time, a second time, come check it out. We want, as a church body, to gather together and to do the very words that Jesus commanded us to do. And so with that, I encourage you to come. I encourage you to be a part of it. And I encourage you to make it a priority. Be here on Sunday. Stay for the whole thing and see what takes place. Got any questions? Shoot me an email, message me on Facebook, call my cell phone. Let's talk about this. I want to make sure that you are a part of what we do, and we welcome you to be there. I look forward to it and hope you come.